Good day everyone, welcome to Studio 39 Design Studio. This is Richmond speaking, your resident architect. In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I did this sort of like a plain wing table design using ArchiCAD. But before I continue, I'd like to encourage you guys to like, comment and subscribe to this channel because I'll be doing videos like this every week. Now with that said, let's get into it. So I've already set it up. I know my parameters on my floor plan layout, and I have a elevation already set up. But actually I just realized I forgot to set up my south elevation. So I'm gonna go to south elevation, open with current settings. Yes. So basically I know my parameters. So it's going to be 2 meters and the height will be 700. All right, now let's get into it. So I'm gonna start off by creating the base first before I continue doing anything. So let's just go ahead. In fact, because I know my depth, I can copy this because this is my parameters. Go to the floor plan layout and then I can paste this right here, just drag it down and then I can start designing. So I'll be seeing you in a jiffy. Okay, I have my parameters. Well, I understand what's going on. You guys might not understand what's going on. So I'm going to be using here a tool which I like very much. In fact, I can go for the morph tool. In fact, let's just go ahead and you create this using the morph tool. So I know my parameters. I go from, actually I'm going to be using different sets of rules right here. No. Okay, I'm just going to be creating it using the morph tool right now. So start with the left leg. That's that. And then let's go on to the top and the right leg. In fact, let's just do the right leg along the top for now. Let's not complicate things. So I have that. Now I want this. I go to my 3D floor layout. I mean my 3D layout. That's what I mean actually. So I can set up my parameters from here. Drag that point to there and then drag this point to here. And then I'm going to drag that point to there and that point to there. Now I'm going to drag this point to here and this point to here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the surface and I'm going to select this push or pull icon. Because I know my depth is 600, I'm just going to go ahead and type in 600. Do the same thing to the next one, type in 600. So I'm pulling here rather than pushing, and then pull another 600. Now that I have my table shape formed, I'm gonna go ahead and select all these morph tools that I've created, and then I'm gonna right click them, and then I'm going to click on union. So what I did is I right click. In fact, let's go back because I think I just went too quickly, and then Boolean operations for the morph tool obviously. And then I'm gonna click union, which is going to unite them, so that now I can Control E, rotate. After I have that selected, I am going to flip planes, and then I'm gonna click that again so it flips the other direction. Then I know that, okay, so this is a bit tricky right now, so okay, and then I'm gonna flip it by 90 degrees. There you go, voila. That's the table design that I want currently. This is the floor plan layout. I'm just gonna place it right here on the side. In fact, I'm gonna place it at the back for now, so that now what we are going to be doing, we are going to be doing sort of like the plane wing, which is sort of like the top portion of it, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to go into the west elevation. As you can see, I've already set up my west elevation so that I can create some really good looking type stuff. But what I realized is that I have to go back to the ground floor layout. What I'm going to be doing on the ground floor layout, I am going to use my shell tool, which is one of my favorite tools to use in ArchiCAD. I know that my thickness, I want it to be about around 5. I think 5 is fair. And my height from the floor will be 780. I've already calculated the reasoning behind that, and I'm not going to be using the simple, I'm going to be using the detailed one because I just want to do one line and then finish it up right there. And then the height, because right now it's extrusion length, which is the height basically. I know my height for this is 150, so there you go. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to Control P just to flip it to the inside, and then I'm going to duplicate, drag a copy, and then go back to my west elevation. In my west elevation now, it's showing quite differently, so what I need to do is I want to send it to the back. So right here, these are the arrangement tools, send to back. The reasoning behind that, okay, now I realize because it has the same type of line weight, so I'm gonna make this one darker, so that now what I want to do is I want to right click this, and then I want to create holes in it. So I'm going to show you guys how I create the first hole. Create hole in shell because I want to do the trusses, right? So I'm going to right click and then I'm going to do that. I know this is what I want to do. Also from that point I just want a straight line. It doesn't have to be perfect right now, and I'm gonna do another one just so that you guys get sort of like the gist of it. Create another hole from that point to there to there, and then do the arc by 3 points as I did on the previous hole that I created. Combine that and then it creates another hole. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go quickly now because I don't want this video to take too long. So see you in a few. Alright guys, I'm back. I've created the holes. Now what I want to do is I want to right click and define shell contour. So I'm defining the outer form of this shell tool. So let's go ahead. I'm going to right click that. I'm going to start from that point, create arc using 3 points, 1 2 and then 3. That's my midpoint. Do it again here, 1 2 and then 3 once my pen turns black, which means I've hit a node, and then do it again at this point, and then I'm gonna just continue going around so that it's perfect, hoping it's perfect. There you go, and voila. So now we have a shell tool. So I'm gonna right click it and say show selected in 3D, and there you go. I have my truss formed, and then I'm gonna go back to my west elevation. In fact, I just realized I haven't saved this. Control S, so I'm just gonna go ahead and save this. In fact, I'm going to save it on the desktop just for safety. So plain wing table. Very important, guys, to save your projects. So did I save it nicely? Is it a module? No. I want a solid plan. Do I already have it here? Yep, I already have it there. Save existing just for safety. Now what I want to do, because I've already created another one here on the side, is I want to create the end plates. I'm gonna send this all the way to the back. Okay, so I understand why that is happening. So I'm gonna take all of this, I'm gonna make it black, line with black, so that it doesn't sort of like get lost in the background. That's basically it. And I'm gonna be doing exactly the same thing that I'm doing. Gonna be creating holes for the circles, and then I'm gonna be creating sort of like a contour for the exterior shell. So I'm gonna quickly do that. See you in a moment. Okay guys, I just want to show you something which I just did right now. Creating a hole. Once you have created a hole, I'm gonna create 3 points right here, so it's like a triangle using holes. With that, I can just click one of the planes inside here, select curve edge, and then sort of like shape it the way I want to. In fact, I can select the whole circle, just give it 3 points so that we have a triangle in it, and then I can select these levels and curve the edges as we go. So that's another trick, just for to make sure that your workflow is quite speedy and fast, because obviously the okay, then with that done, I can go to my floor plan layout, and then what I want to do now is I want to sort of like spread it across sort of like evenly. And what I will have to do in order to spread it across evenly, in fact I'm going to spread it across to the center here. Now I just want to mark the center right here, and then I'm gonna sort of like spread the trusses. So this is one of my trusses, and then I'm gonna Control U sort of like to multiply. I'll show you guys how to do that in a different video. So I want the space in between to be 100 to the center. I think that's fair. Maybe that's a bit too excessive, so I'm gonna go 150, and there you go. Control M, mirror the whole thing. Once it's mirrored, I'm gonna delete the first one, and then I'm gonna replace it with the end cap. Right click the center, Control Shift M to mirror a copy. I like using sort of like shortcuts. I'll show you in a different video how to set up shortcuts and how to use the shortcuts which come sort of like presets with ArchiCAD to increase or to speed up your workflow in ArchiCAD. So stay tuned for that video. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe to this video. We're doing videos like this every week. Now when we go to 3D, okay, so I think it's because now in 3D I had that one selected, so I can just go right click and then show all in 3D, and there you go. I have my end caps 1 and 2, and then I have my trusses in between. But now what I want to do is I just want to sort of like select all of these, and then I want to make it, because it's recognizing it as a roof. A shell tool is sort of like a roof element in ArchiCAD, So what I want to do is I want to set it up to a wood texture, and I like using oak. So now it's all wood. And also my desktop, I would like to set it up as a wood texture, same wood texture for that, and then right click this and bring it underneath and in line. So there you go, I have my plain wing over there. So what I want to do now is I want to do sort of like a I'm going to be using the same thing as I did the shell tool, but this time what I want to do is I want to create a sort of like a metal sheet around this these trusses and the end caps. So let's just get into it. I want to be creating on the floor plan layout, and then I'm gonna go to my west elevation to sort of like steal some information. So what I want to steal is this. In fact, I'm gonna steal even this information, copy, place it into my floor plan layout, and then with that said, I want to rotate it 90 degrees, and then I want to set it aside right here, and then I want to drag it across to the point right here. And then my shell tool, as I said, I'm going to be using the simple geometry or simple method. So I'm going to start from here, and I know that I want it to be, for this one I want it to be a bit smaller, so 2 millimeters, because it's just a metal sheet, and I'm going to make it 0 height from the floor, and then we're going to be extruding it by 2 meters, but that's more towards the end. So I'm going to be creating, in fact I don't even want to do that, I'm going to do 1, 2, and then 3, do it again this side, 1, 2, and 3, extruded by 2 meters. There you go. It's going to be on the outside. In fact, I can even manipulate it from here, make it 1 millimeter just to make it a little more thinner, and then I can just drag and curve the edges as I go along. So there you go. I don't know why it's doing what it's doing. It's a bit more, it's not so sort of like, let's just go to 3D and show you guys. It's not as smooth around the edges as I would like it to be, but let's work with it. For now, I'm just gonna go ahead and right click this, and then I am going to set up sort of like I'm gonna set up the material, so I'm gonna make it stainless steel, and then what I want to do is I want to flip this. So Control E to rotate, and then I'm gonna select the vertical plane, and then I'm gonna just flip it like that, so right. And then I'm going to go to my west elevation once again. Do I see it? Yep, there it is right there. Grab it by that end point, and then so drag it to that point right here, and there it is. I just want to see if it's working out. In fact, go to my floor plane layout, and then drag it into place right above where I want the table to be, and there you go. But what I don't like, as I said, is it's a bit of a nuisance, is that obviously because of its uneven shape, I'm seeing some of the trusses showing at the top right there. So what I'm gonna have to do is sort of like hack it and give it sort of like 5 millimeters. I don't know, I think there's another method to sort of like fixing this. Just hold on a bit, I'm gonna try and look for it. Okay, I can't figure out exactly how to smooth it out, but nevertheless I'm gonna keep trying to make it a bit thicker just to hide those imperfections. So 7, I think that's the most I can do right now. Now what I want to do is I want to do some extra magic with this. I'm gonna go to the floor plan layout. I'm gonna select the shell tool which I created, bring it up, make it the first one in line, and what I want to do is I want to sort of like, so I know that I want my line to sort of like begin there, mirror, that's my center point right here, and I want it to be somewhere around here. Alright. I know that what I'm doing does not make sense to you guys, but you'll see in a minute what I'm trying to do. So now what I can do is I can right click this sort of like the outer shell of my plane wing, right click it, and I'm going to be creating a hole, and my hole is going to be like this. So I'm sort of like extruding a hole into it, and there you go. So when you go on 3D, as you can see, I have my end caps, my trusses in between, and at the same time I have my shell, but I'm also exposing the interior portion of it. And when you click on it, you know what you can also manipulate it in 3D, you know, I mean, if you really want to do that, but that's not really what I want to do right now. So I wanna just select the edge here, and I'm going to fillet it, and I think the best amount would be 200. Yeah, I think 200 is fair. In fact, let's go just a little bit smaller, make it 100, so just the edges, man. No, actually I think 150 would be better. 150 over here and 150 over there. That's already selected. I don't know if I can mirror this, so I'm going to right click this and mirror it to the other side to see if it does affect everything in 3D, and that's exactly what happened. It was affected in 3D, and that's it right there. Now the only thing that's left to do is to create the stand from which this is standing on, and to create sort of like a top where, what can I say, a sort of like a glass top, which is going to be very simple. I'm going to be using the what you call this thing, the slab tool, and the thickness is going to be 5mm thick, so I can sort of like click that point, and then that point. So I know my height overall is going to be from the ground floor. From the ground floor, it's going to be 950. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this one glass. I'm going to be making it blue glass. There you go, glass blue. And there you go. Pretty much here, this is almost done. The only thing is, what I want to do is I want to create some extra stuff, some stands, sort of like something to prop it up right here below, and create some sort of like steel sort of like pillars that are going to hold the glass up from the wing. So I'm going to do that, but that's pretty much it from now. So everything else from now on is going to be time-lapsed, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video that I shared with you. I hope you took some sort of like some information from it, which is going to help you on your projects. That's all from me, Richman, here at Studio 39 Design Studio. Like, comment, and subscribe. Love you guys. God bless you, and goodbye.